Welcome back to Supreme Skills. I am Chihara Jr.
And I'm Nobuko Ikeda. Today, two companies are joining forces to create the ultimate pogo stick.
So why'd you go all the way to Vancouver?
All I remember is the food. It was all so traumatic, my memory's shot.
What did happen in Vancouver? To get that new record, they lengthened the slide shaft by 6 centimeters. Pogo builds jumping power by compressing air. The longer the slide shaft, the more the air can be compressed. But there's a drawback.
We welcome Pogo Fred to our studio. Thank you. Yamauchi-san, what you're holding is the prototype you took to Canada to test, right? And next to you, Miyashita-san is holding the unimproved one.
It was really smooth, but it was very different, just like visually. I'm used to hitting the ground when I'm at a certain height, and my eyes are adjusted to that height. But I was hitting the ground that much sooner, so it was a sudden impact.
We did engage in improving the performance of the pogo stick. But unless the rider gets used to it, it's meaningless.
We failed this time, but a number of issues arose, so from that point of view, it was very fruitful.
So improvements are the order of the day. But before we get back to development, there's been some shocking news.
Ooh.
It's from the X-Pogo World Championship in July. The man about to jump in this video is the current world champion. He's big, at 180 centimeters and 81 kilograms. Fred is shorter and lighter, a 10-kilogram weight difference. He made that jump, and that's an incredible height. Catch that? A world record.
A world record? He outdid himself?
Yes, he upped it 14 centimeters to 3 meters, 20 centimeters.
14 centimeters? So, Fred, what will you do? What are you gonna do? We've got to raise that bar.
3 meters, 20 centimeters.
That is so tough. What's Fred's personal best?
284.
2 meters, 84 centimeters.
Meaning since Fred is a physically less powerful figure than the current world record holder, if he's going to attempt to better that new record, he needs help from everyone here.
If we had such a hard time with this design, it means we got some key element in the configuration wrong.
The failure of the test jump was due to the lengthening of the slide shaft. They want to increase the pressure, but can't make the slide shaft so long. How can they do that?
I want to increase initial pressure as much as possible.
The idea is that if you fill up with air at the start, you'll get a bigger reaction. But Fred already tried that when he first arrived in Japan.
Very hard. It's like a rock.
It was so stiff, he couldn't even push it down. So he tossed the idea out. Here's where a forbidden strategy is revived, being able to push it down even when resistance is stiff. That means eliminating the resistance to that downward compression.
8 spots total for bleeding out the air.
That means 8 holes in the cylinder. There are actually 2 chambers in a pogo stick. The upper one is for compressing air. The lower one is for the intake and outflow of the air. So how efficiently air is sucked in and expelled is a key point. This design introduced as many holes as strength requirements permitted. They had plenty more tricks, too. And just after that test jump, Yamauchi made a promise.
This was a custom pogo stick. The shaft goes through here. I've always wanted that in a pogo stick. I think that would be absolutely amazing. And that would be like no friction.
Fred wants to convert the simple slide shaft bushing into a roller bearing. Just 2 weeks left till the showdown. These changes are pretty last minute. Yamauchi has responded to all sorts of requests so far. He'll do what it takes.
I have to make a stick that Fred wants to ride. That takes a lot of doing.
The gasket, which prevents air from leaking, must also be revised. When the chamber is filled with air, internal pressure increases and air is liable to leak. They'll need a sturdier gasket than before. They're even rethinking the composition of the rubber.
It's a secret formula. Top secret, need-to-know basis.
She's trying to obtain rubber that's 30% harder than what they've been using. And beyond this point, we're not permitted to film. Top secret adjustments. The hardened U-shaped gasket and the roller bearing Fred wanted are now done. Now, even with a full intake of air, it should still permit compression. Fred's also been busy.
Jumping height is almost same.
Under the guidance of Professor Tadao Isaka, a sports scientist, Fred is training his sense of balance. The goal is to correct his form in mid-air. Responding to his Japanese colleagues, Fred applies himself to the utmost. Next stop, shoe manufacturer ASICS. They're set to make Fred the world's first dedicated X-Pogo shoes. In charge is Kenta Moriyasu. They measure his feet.
Here are the results of the measurements. Left and right are slightly different lengths.
They're different? So when he's applying pressure with his feet, it may be unequal.
I have had a lot of work done on my feet just because I've had a really bad ankle. I had surgery right in here, right in this cuts here, there. It just kind of comes with the territory.
Athletes have to be able to concentrate. That's critical. We provide support that helps relieve them of various concerns.
These are special X-Pogo shoes. Unique features include the concave rubber area at the arch, which hugs the cylinder and permits fine control. Fred continued his training after returning to the States. He's done everything he can. For the sake of another championship, for all his Japanese colleagues, he will jump higher than anyone. Finally, Fred is ready to challenge the world record. Based on the World Championship rules, he has a maximum of 3 full attempts to conquer a set height. He has to start from the platform provided. If his timing is off, he can restart the attempt. Fred's jumps will be supervised by an official referee for the World Championships.
He's listening to his own music to boost his concentration.
Right.
We've brought it to this point. We really want him to challenge the world record now and surpass it.
I bet.
We've done whatever we could. We believe he'll get good results.
Where do we start?
The first jump mark is 2 meters 40 centimeters. That's the height at Vancouver.
Oh, yes! The height they failed at in Vancouver.
Entry level 2 meters 40 centimeters.
Ready? Go!
3, 2, 1.
Like a replay of the Vancouver nightmare.
Three, two, one.
Cleared it! With room to spare.
A lot of extra room.
This time he cleared it easily. High performance pogoing.
How high shall we make it?
Okay, let's go to 285.
So it'll be 285.
Hi.
85.
A jump in height.
A sudden jump.
Very sudden.
Fred's conserving his energy. A sudden leap up by 45 centimeters is an attempt to beat his own personal best. To jump higher, he pumps in even more air. Chock full of air. Will it still be possible to push down on the foot pegs?
He's got on his game face now.
The tension is thick all around. All right. Please begin.
3, 2, 1.
Can he beat his best? 2 meters 85 centimeters? A strong push down. A giant leap. He made it!
Wow!
One fell swoop, and he's got a new personal best! Scary concentration! Supreme skill! Awesome!
He cleared it! He did it!
Didn't you get goosebumps?
I feel like crying. At this point, I feel like crying.
It was good. My technique, the tuck, could still be better, but the jump was good. It was very easy.
Watch that push down. Pretty deep. Those improvements worked.
He got a good, deep pushdown, so that helped bring out the stick's performance capabilities for the jump.
So, how high shall we raise the bar next?
I want to break the record. That's what I came here for.
Oh, he's going for it.
Meaning what height?
10 feet, 7 inches.
3 meters 22.5 centimeters. 2.5 centimeters above record height.
Ridiculously high. If he makes this, it's incredible. Okay, Fred. The attempt on the world record.
3, 2, 1.
First attempt on the record. That's a huge push down. How will it go?
A miss. But check out the line of his legs.
I was plenty high. I actually jumped higher than I needed to. It was just too close, and I lifted the bar up. So I can do it.
That was extremely high-performance pogoing. And then it's just a matter of timing.
If Fred jumps with his best form, his legs won't catch the bar.
Now for a second attempt on the world record.
3, 2, 1.
Giant pushdowns 3 times, 4 times.
Oh!
That was close.
I guess so.
One chance remaining. The extreme pressure's getting to Fred. It takes time for a sufficient attitude adjustment, a settling of nerves. Then, an accident.
It's weak.
Yeah, it looks weak.
Totally. Nothing in here.
He forgot to pump air in?
During his break, Fred forgot to replenish the air. He's aggravated his old ankle injury.
Really, no need to push it.
Fred limps in, only to hear that the challenge has been stopped.
It comes with the job. You get bumps and bruises and injuries, and you just got to deal with them when they happen. And I really, really want to try. I came to break the record, and I want to try at least.
With all he's been through, Fred can't give up now. His pogo start came at age 8, Christmas time. His skill on the pogo stick gave this shy boy confidence and heightened his ambitions. With singular focus, he made himself into one of the world's top pogo specialists. He can't abandon that legacy here.
I wasn't good at skateboarding, wasn't good at other things, so it's like, this is my thing. I'm going to be really good at it. Biff and Dimitri definitely jump high, but I think with some help, with all this new technology I'm getting, they don't stand a chance. Good, let's go.
It must hurt a lot, his feet.
I bet. All right. The final attempt on the world record.
3, 2, 1.
Fred's challenge. No less than a new world record. Great pushdown. A high jump. Oh!
No new world record. It can't be a formal record, but he doesn't want things to end like this.
Three, two, one.
His legs have already been pushed past their limit. Trying to make this jump is his way of giving back to his Japanese colleagues.
He's trying his utmost. And just seeing that is something to be grateful for. Makes me happy.
Three, two, one.
Thank you.
You showed real guts.
I'm sorry I didn't do it. I know I can do it. I'm sorry I didn't do it.
You got a new personal best. And you also showed us something that was better than a world record.
Arigatou gozaimasu. But I didn't beat the record, so that's no good. Not acceptable. I want to break the record. With that pogo stick, I'm going to break the record.
I really got goosebumps.
We did our best, so there are no regrets, just satisfaction.
Fred himself is confident he can get to that world record.
He showed us something very impressive. But I thought Pogo was supposed to be more fun.
Japanese supreme skills and American guts. That combination can show us all how to make a mighty leap into the future.
Cool Japan. Japanese culture, from food and design to anime and manga, has a cool appeal around the world. On each episode of this program, visitors from around the world focus on one aspect of Cool Japan and explore its appeal.